Hey, sports fans, we're back. This is Conversations with Larry, Tokyo World Champs 2025 edition. This is the preview of the World Champs. This will be the 15th World Champs that I'm going to. Can you believe it? Wow. Okay, let's get going. It starts on September 13th. That's next Saturday. And the morning session has two of Jeff Shaver's favorite events, or Terrence Boynton's favorite events, the 35K race walk, which starts at 8 a.m. for men, and the 35K women's race walk, which starts at 8 a.m. for women. Now, understand, the race walk is one of the oldest traditions in track and field. Okay. It actually was a 50K race walk, but they decided to millennial it and do the 35K. Um, the events go a little faster. There's a lot of records. Um, there are a lot of people who get DQ'd because to do the race walking technique is rather challenging, but it is something you need to watch, and it's a big endurance event, and the Japanese will be going crazy about it. Okay, so that's at 8 a.m. Now, the first track event is the women's discus, which starts at 9 a.m. That's Group A. Group B starts at 10:55, and we're going to see Valerie Ullman. We're going to see the farmer Sandra Perkovich. Valerie has won two Olympics now. The only thing she hasn't won is a world champs. Can she do it? I think she can. I think she's a brilliant athlete, Stanford grad, arguably the one of the greatest. She is one of the greatest athletes. She could be the greatest athlete to come out of Stanford in terms of her winning. Her coach, Zebulon Zion, who I met in Budapest. This guy is a monster of a man. But he's a really nice guy. But as I told him in Budapest, if I was walking down a dark alley in Budapest or some other European city, I'd like to have him with me. He cracked up. Just a nice guy. But the collaboration between Valerie and between Zebulon have created this amazing, wonderful technique that's given Valerie the American record, the world leading marks, and it's her event to win or lose. At 10:55 a.m., the men's shot put. What are we going to learn from there? What kind of shape Ryan Krauser's in? Because kids, remember, Ryan hasn't competed this year. He's had an elbow injury, and it's going to be he will be the buy that the U.S. team has. Now, you also have Leonardo Fabri from Italy, the European champion, who could be a huge challenger. You always have one of our favorites, Thomas Walsh, Peyton Otterdahl from the U.S., Mr. Papiri from the U.S., and Josh Awatunde, who won the U.S. trials. And we're not going to see, for the first time since 2013, Joe Kovacs, which is sad. Um, After the men's qualifying, it's the women's discus. Well, we said that Group B, but then we're going to start with the men's 100 meters at 11:23. Now, remember, this is the first round. There are 198 countries and just under 2,000 athletes competing in Tokyo this year. What you should know about that is that many of these countries have one or two athletes, or several of these countries have one or two athletes. This is how they get into the world family of sports. And a lot of the events that they go into, for example, are the 100. You're going to see some 100-meter times that would be challenged by your local high school star. Okay. The stars will not be in the first round unless they choose to be. Some do, but most of them don't. They get a buy into the second round. And then at 11:55, one of my favorites, the 4x4 mixed relay. I got to tell you, I really like this event. It's two men, two women. Now, I think they've changed the order again, but we'll have to see how that goes. Okay. That is session one. Now, session two will begin local time, and it's 14 hours difference in Chicago. So it'll be 13 hours difference in New York. It will be 16 hours difference in California. Okay, so just remember, um, and you'll be able to watch it on, I believe, um, yeah, Peacock and NBC. Okay, they're actually, covering track and field again. But I'm not going to get started on that, Mikey. I promised I'd behave. Okay, so the evening session, we've got some tasty, tasty things going. All right, so starting at 6:05 will be the 3,000 meter steeplechase men's heats. Sufyan El Bakali, yay! Kenneth Rux. Yay! Remember, Kenneth Rux, and I shouldn't call him Kenny, but Kenneth Rux, a BYU grad, coached by Ed Eystone, one of our fave coaches. Yes, I've had coffee, kids. Okay. I'm drinking on my Hotel Utica mug. He won the Olympic silver medal last year. Now, Mr. Gurma, Elijah Gurma is going to be in here. But what version of Mr. Germer are we going to see? I don't know. We really don't know. So we will have to see Thomas Rupert, the German superstar. And then there's a star from, um, is it Liechtenstein? Yes, that is Luxembourg, who ran very well, spectacular run at the one of the last Diamond League meets too. So that's at 6:05. At 6:30, the women's long jump. Malika Mahambo, Tara Davis Woodall, um, Jasmine Myers. It is going to be a cavalcade of Europe of world stars. Can Tara Davis stand? Oh, and Larissa Iapicino. Her mom was Fiona May, two Olympic silvers, two world championships. And Fiona moved from Great Britain to Italy. She wasn't happy with the federation, which she thought sucked the big one back in the 90s. The British Federation is much better now, but understand. So Larissa and I've interviewed her at the World Indoors, and she does feel the tension of everybody comparing her to her mother. But when she won her Europeans, I think it lessened it. Her dad is her coach, totally one of the mellowest Italians, one of the mellowest human beings. And coaching your daughter has got to be a challenge anyway. But this guy seems to be up for it. So the women's qualifying, that's at 6:30. At 6:55 is the women's 100 meters first heats. Again, this is the preliminary round, so most of the stars won't be there, but you're going to see some new people come through. Okay. After the 100 meters is the men's pole vault qualifying. Mando, Manuel Corrales, Sam Kendricks, uh, Piotr Lysick, just some of the people, Renaud Lavillenie. Love the men's pole vault. It's going to be spectacular. After the pole vault, women's 1500. Now, Faith Kipyegon, Gudaf Segay, Dariba Watelji. Jeff Shaver thinks that Dariba could beat Faith Kipyegon. I think Nikki Hiltz could be there for a possible medal. They are in great shape, but it's about how they compete in these rounds. It's one round after another. Julie Benson, the coach of Nikki Hiltz, an Olympic athlete herself, it should be very helpful there. Okay, and a shout out to Julie Benson, one of our favorite people, who told me that when I told Julie that my son Adam was getting married, she said, "How could he be getting married? He's only 9 years old." Well, that's when she first saw him. The next time she saw him was drinking a beer and having a cigarette in Athens when he was 17. And I think when she introduced me to the Powells in Eugene, she said, "Yeah, Larry got the Father of the Year award for that one." I just can't, Julie Benson has some of the best lines of any human on the planet. It's one of the reasons, besides her great coaching, why we enjoy her company. Okay, that was the women's 1500. That's it. Let's see, what time is it? 7:50. Followed up by the first round of the the first real round of the men's 100 meters. Okay, everybody's going to be there. Marcel Jacobs, Noah Lyles, Kenny Bednarek. It's going to be, Kishane Thompson, Oblique Seville. It's going to be close. But here's the thing I know about Noah Lyles, kids. Noah does not show up to events when he is not in shape. This was a strange season. It's a long, long, long season. Remember, Noah ran a couple 60s. shut it down. Then opened with the 400, ran a PB in that in April, shut it down. And then didn't start running the 100 until what, July? 10 flat, then a 990. So I don't discount him, but I got to tell you, Kashane, I got to meet Kashane and I really liked Kashane. Oblique Seville is an incredibly talented athlete. It's going to be a wondrous 100 meters. Every round is going to be full of surprises. Is Marcel Jacobs the Olympic champion from 2021? Is he healthy again? We'll have to see. You're going to have to watch and check out my diatribes, right? Okay. So we just did that's 8:35, the men's 100-meter heats. Then at 9:10, the men's shot put final. Wow. We're going to get the men's shot put final on the first night. That's going to be cool. Um, uh, what's Ryan Krauser? What kind of shape's he in? Leonardo Fabri, Peyton Otterdahl, Joshua Atunde. Is Josh going to just pop a big one? Because that's what he did at the U.S. champs. He got a PB in his last throw. The U.S. team looks tremendous. Thomas Walsh, I never discount Thomas Walsh. You can't unless you're smoking the crack pipe, right? Okay. After that final, while we're recovering from that final, the women's 10,000, which could be spectacular. Gudaf Segay. You see, Gudaf Segay blows my mind. She is the tiniest human being. Wonderful interview. She's getting a little more confident with her English, but she runs like a bat out of hell. That 350, 1500 that she did, she could have broken the world record at the end of the season, and she didn't. And she did it because of poor pacing, but she never paces well. Now, in the 10,000, she tends to do a little bit better, but it's her and Beatrice Chibet. And I got to tell you, I can't pick it. I mean, everybody's saying Chibet. I got it, and I love Beatrice Chibet. I really do. But Gudaf Segay, I think it's going to be a battle between Kenya and Ethiopia, right? Okay. Emily Infield from the U.S. is going to be there. Emily won a bronze medal in the World Champs in 2015 by keeping her head together in the last 3 centimeters of the race, right? 2015, I was in Beijing. It was mind-boggling. We'll have to talk about that at another time. But that women's 10 should be big. And then the final event, right? I'm just double checking. The final event will be the mixed relay 4x4. U.S. team, the Netherlands team. I suspect Femke Bol and Leaky Klaver. I don't know who will be on the U.S. team. The British team. You're going to get some surprises. Is France going to be big? Is the Dominican Republic going to put together a big team with Polino? Don't know. But that is a spectacular day one of the Tokyo World Championships. This is Larry Eater, and this is Conversations with Larry. And this is our preview for September 13th, 2025, day one of the Tokyo World Athletics Championships 2025.